Hello, welcome back. You are watching the lesson titled Creating Parameter Queries. In this lesson, we are going to begin with the brief introduction to exactly what a parameter query is and why you use it. Next, we'll show you how to create a simple parameter query. Then we'll show you how to customize how users are prompted for information by changing the parameter from order. And finally, we're going to get a little bit complicated and show you how to use wildcard and functions within parameter query. So let's get started. Introduction to parameter queries. A parameter query retrieves information in an interactive manner, prompting the end user to supply criteria before.
Okay. In order to make a parameter query, I'm going to open an exercise file, save in my computer desktop. Here are the exercise files, and here is the creating parameter query. We'll be using this Pickerun orders database. I'm going to open it. This is the database we have opened for this query particularly to make a parameter query. Double click the exercise file. This will run the query. To go to the design view, we can see that these are the fields already selected from these 4 tables. The query is already been created, and we have to insert a parameter in the first name, in the last name field, in the city field, and in the state field. I'm going to enter the parameter for the last name, and then I'm going to enter the parameter for the city field. First for this, second for this, and third for this. Let me write criteria. Now when you have to complete the criteria writing, you see that we have, there I need to write the bracket, square bracket, like this. Okay, delete this inverted commas. Now when I run this query, it is prompted me to enter the first name, the last name. So by entering the last name, I'm going to enter the name Smith. Click OK. Enter the city name. In the city name, I'm going to enter Chicago. And the query run it again. Last name Smith. The city name Chicago, and the state is IL. Okay, and here is the record. The query found one record which last name is Smith, and the city is Chicago, and the state is Illinois. So let's go back to the design view. This is the design view. Now look at these parameters. Enter last name. This is the text which we can see on the parameters box. Enter city name, enter state. Now one thing which is important for this parameter is that these parameters should be unique. For example, we cannot write only city like this, and city, and when you bracket it, you write that in the square bracket. Microsoft Access will understand that you are trying to reference a field instead of a parameter. So this is important to write your prompt is unique from one another. These prompts should be unique, and these parameters should be unique, and these parameters should be unique also from the field name. They should not be the same. So what we have learned in this parameter query, that we have to enter in the criteria area and the square bracket the criteria parameter, which is understandable, which is appearing on the box. If we run this query, look at this, enter last name. So this enter last name should be a meaningful word. When it prompted before the end user should easily understand for like what is the parameter box asking to enter, and then you can run your query. So that's how we make our parameter query. So if you want to change the order of the parameter that they appear in for the end user, for example, in this query, these parameter appear in the order. First it's asking for the last name, and then the prompt for city appear, and then it prompt you to enter the state name. So if you don't want them to appear in this order and you want them in some other order, for example, you want to give first city, and then you want to give state, and then you want to give the last name, for this you will go to this parameters. Here, this is the order of the parameters. Here in these lines, the first one will appear first, the second one will appear second, and the third will appear second. Let me write it. Now when you run the query, it will appear in this parameter, not in the previous order. It will appear in this according to this parameter box order. Let me try it again. Okay, so now it's working. Let me go back to the design view. So to be very careful with this, when you write these parameters in this parameters box, here look at this, it should be the same as it is written first time. Now look at this. If there is difference between the two, then the query will not work properly. Look at this. Interstate, intercity, interlast name. Interstate, intercity, interlast name. But the only thing that we want to do is to change the order in which the prompt is appearing. Rest, there shouldn't be any difference in them. Interstate should be same interstate with this colon. Then intercity same is with the colon. Interlast name same is with the colon. You press OK. Now you run the query. Where is wrong? Interstate, intercity, interlast name. Okay, this is correct. Here a quotation mark is inserted. I'm going to delete this. Now when we run the query, we give the state, it is IL. We give the city name, it is Chicago, and we give the last name, it is Smith. Okay, so here is the order. Smith, which is order from Chicago, living in the state of Illinois. So that's how we change the order of the parameters prompt which appear on the running of the query. So now how to use a wildcard with a parameter query. We will use an operator, as we can remember from the previous lesson that when we want to use a wildcard, we use the operator like. I will write it before this parameter prompt. Now when I run the query, when I write C in the city name and I write IL, city was gone. Okay, so here is, I forgot one thing. I have to clear this because this is already exist in the query. When this is exist, because this will run, we have to first clear these boxes. Okay, now when we run the query, oh my god, why don't you use the wildcard in after the C, like this. Okay, and IL. Okay, so I got this we use the wildcard, we use the word C. We want any city which name is begin with C. So we'll use C. After C we'll use this asterisk sign, which is the wildcard. Look at this: Chicago, Chestwood, Champaign. Any city which name is begin with C, we got it because of this wildcard. So every time my user, if he want, he can enter this wildcard when the query run and the prompt appear. But we can write this wildcard programmatically in this query, and whenever the user run the query, the wildcard effect will be automatically included. For this we'll do this quotation mark, then wildcard, quotation mark close, and this ampersand sign. We did not get any data. This is normal in the query world. So I have to write this after and before now. When I run this query, city, AGO, okay, and then IL. You see that anywhere that AGO word found, the data is displayed. So this way you can insert in your query an automatic wildcard programmatically inserted. You can enter it like this way, like quotation mark, wildcard, quotation mark closed, ampersand, then your parameter prompt, then and then again this ampersand, then quotation mark, and then wildcard, and then quotation mark closed. So if you don't want this wildcard before any character, remove this and leave it this after the parameter. Now when you run query and you write A in the city and you write the state name Eleanor IL, you see that it displayed the city which is starting with the letter A. So this is how you can insert it your automatic wildcard and your parameter query. Now when you enter any word, it will query the data. For example, if you enter G or you enter F, so the name of any city which is starting with the letter G or the letter F will be displayed. I hope you understand this. Thank you. So if you want to escape the field city and you want to display all the orders from all the cities in the state, you can do this, because the way we have written this criteria and the parameter query, we can escape a field, like run a query, escape the city name, click OK, and here you give the value for the state. So here all the orders that are received from all the cities and the state of Illinois. You can skip a field and the parameter query. Okay, so I'm going to delete this parameter, and I'm going to delete also this state parameter, and we are going to get a little bit more complicated. I wanted to see the orders from a particular month of a particular years. So for this we'll be using the month function and the year function. Let me write the function, the month function. Transaction date is I type n, we can see equal to so you can see here we need to enter the month, but we cannot enter January or February. It has to be a number, and we given a prompt to enter a month from 1 to 12. So with this we can get the month which we require, but we also want to get the data from a specific particular year, so we have to combine one more function with this. From transaction date. Equal to let me assume this box. In this box. Now we can see easily what we are writing. Looking so far so good. Now let me run this function. Okay. This criteria. Now when we run the query, okay, so I hope this is now fine, because of this instead of this parenthesis we use some other bracket. This is why the query has an objection. Let me I give now the value, enter a month. So I want to go for the March. Let me I enter 3. Okay, and here I am going to enter 2008. Okay, so here we got the order in the month of March in 2008. Go to design view, look carefully at this, because this is a little bit complex. Parameters, look at the month function. we use the function month, and we use the field name transaction date, and then we equal that function and we turn that into the parameter prompt. Otherwise we can give here the month, for example 1 or 2 or 3 or 7 or 10 or 12, and then the query would have automatically run and it would have display the data. But since that we want a parameter and we want to enter the value of our choice, this is why we have to write this function in this way. Okay, so with this we come to the conclusion of this tutorial. We came to know that we can combine a parameter with different wildcards and with different function, and we can use it with different ways, and we will be using it with different ways in the coming advanced tutorial. So guys, if you are new to my channel, if you have not subscribed my channel yet, you are requested to subscribe my channel. And if you like this video, don't forget to like my video. Thank you for watching guys. See you in my next tutorial. Bye bye.